When you think about brands, and we all have brands in our minds that we're thinking about, what are some of the things that come to mind immediately?
Tradition.
Tradition.
Status or prestige.
Excellent.
Value.
Value. These brands that you're thinking about have a tremendous amount of value. But when you start trying to value your brand, you have to look multiple layers deep. You can't just look at the surface level, because when you look at the surface level, you don't really know what the core looks like. Right? So when you get down to know what the core looks like, you start having a general understanding of how that brand can take shape. So let's maybe just change our thinking for a moment away from the iconic brand and move into more of a brand that's related to a person. So be thinking about that for a second. As you were thinking about your personal brand, regardless if it's a pop icon or if it's an innovator or if it's a trailblazer, the one thing that they all have in common is that they have a tremendous value to their brand. One of the big mistakes when you're trying to search out your own personal brand is that sometimes you take yourself and you automatically assume that you have a tremendous value. You didn't take the time to do a deep dive. You don't take the time to truly find out what's inside. You don't take the time to set your mission statement. You don't take the time to set your brand statement. Once you make the commitment to build your brand value, it's so important that you have to do self-reflection. You have to find out what's inside of you, what your essence is, what you're capable of, what you're made of. So then when you do that, you're able to answer these questions. You're able to know who you are. You're able to know what you stand for. And most importantly, you're going to know what you'd like to be known for. So this is something for you to take away today and implement immediately. To build your personal brand, you have to first discover yourself. You have to invest in self-discovery, because there's a lot of things that have made you you. You have strengths, you have education, you have experience. You've contributed to and participated in best practices. And it's all about, what do you want to do? What do you want your legacy to be in the future? The second piece, once you know who you are, you have to create your brand package. You have to have a vehicle to take all that great information out. So your brand package is your toolkit. And your toolkit could consist of things that are traditional in nature, like your business card or your resume or your professional bio. But never underestimate the power that the virtual presence is going to have. Your website, your integrated social media profiles, your blogs, very, very critical. So when you have the knowledge and you have the tools, it's time to get out there and let yourself be heard. And that's the third piece, is you have to declare what your brand is. You have to broadcast who you are in the world. You have to make that commitment and that ownership to your brand. Because at the end of the day, your brand is something you have to protect forever. It takes a lifetime to build a brand, and it only takes a brief moment for it to all dissolve.